In this video, we're going to be looking at latte art. Like most things to do with coffee, it's generally accepted that latte art started in Italy. Since then, it's become popular in North America, Scandinavia, Asia, and here in Australia. It's become so creative and competitive that regular World Championship contests are now held. Latte art is now an integral part of coffee culture, and to you and me at home, it's an indicator of a great cup of coffee. With latte art, it's not just the microfoam milk on top doing all the work. It's the delicate balance of the oils in the espresso, the crema, mixing with the silky texture of the milk. For our customers, the first taste of a coffee is a visual one, so latte art is in many ways a natural progression in coffee making, wanting to serve something beautiful, pleasing to the eye, just like plating with food. Second, it demonstrates the passion and care that's gone into making the coffee. It takes a lot of skill and precision to pour latte art, starting with the freshly pulled espresso. And of course, for the barista, it's a challenge of their creativity. Most cafes these days will have at least a basic level of latte art. This is what you'll need for this section. An espresso machine with a steam wand that has powerful steam, a milk jug, a bowl-shaped cup, fresh espresso with good crema as your base, and fresh milk. Before we start, just a few points about the kind of milk you can use. Alternative milks give you different results. Dairy milk, for example, gives you the best result in terms of microfoam and texture. If you were to use an alternative milk, then oat milk would be my preferred option, as the texture would be closest to dairy. Given espresso can be quite acidic, I would say soy milk is the most challenging to work with. That being said, there are extensive techniques for each type of milk, but that's another story. For today, we'll be using regular cow's milk. To make latte art, you need to start with fresh espresso as your base, with a good crema. The most important step in creating beautiful latte art is perfectly textured microfoam milk. This will look thick, shiny, and silky without any large, obvious bubbles. The amount of microfoam will depend on what type of coffee you're making and your own preferences. But note that too much microfoam and the latte art will be hard to control. Too little will mean there isn't enough to work with. So I'd recommend getting the hang of texturing milk first as a good foundation. Today we're making a heart. First, position your steam wand to one side of the jug. I'm right-handed, so I hold the jug in my left hand and position the wand to the right side of the jug. This will help you create a nice large whirlpool later. Then start incorporating air into the milk. This sounds like a gentle hissing sound. When you see the milk has started to expand, drop the steam wand further and create the whirlpool. Check with your hand for the desired temperature and turn off your steam. See our microfoam tutorial for milk texturing tips. Keep everything swirling, both your espresso and milk. You want the foam and milk to stay incorporated for a silky pour. Tilt your cup and pour the milk from a higher height to break up the crema. Stop and pour lower in the center of the cup to start your heart. Pouring lower leaves the white trace on the surface, creating the art. Wiggle your wrist, and when the cup is almost full, pull up your jug and slowly draw through the center to create the point of the heart. There are a few different techniques when it comes to latte art. For some baristas, that starts with the milk jug. Some will have jugs just to texture the milk, and they'll decant that into another jug for pouring latte art. Having a preferred jug is all to do with weight, feel, shape, size, and the fluid dynamics as the milk moves through a spout. It's very personal. As for techniques, there's free pouring, where it's all poured out of a jug and whatever comes out is what you have, so a pattern created during the pour. Then there's the etching process, where you're dragging, say, the crema through the white part of the milk, or vice versa. You do this with a toothpick or the back of your spoon or whatever tool you prefer. In terms of the types of latte art that can be created, what starts off as basic can soon become more sophisticated and intricate. Here at Besties, the staff like to pour tulips, which are poured to look like a stacked flower, rosettas, which are a detailed leaf shape, and swans, which are the next level. In latte art contests and championships, there are even more intricate and detailed designs, with no end of talented baristas creating amazing final flourishes to a cup of coffee. You can do latte art at home if you have a coffee machine with a steam wand that can build enough pressure to get you a good milky texture. My advice would be to start with the easiest shapes, like the heart, and practice, practice, practice. Then try it on with your friends. It will be great fun seeing their faces when you deliver them a third wave specialty coffee at home, complete with latte art on top. Have fun!